on Facebook. For Facebook, as said already, actually we collect all the comments and the posts that have been done on pages, because pages in Facebook are actually public. But we do not expect to have a mass information from Facebook. Twitter is better for this. And also you can provide some raw hashtags, some actually terms that you want to track through a free search on Twitter. And on this screen, when we connect actually the generic enabler, you can put all the streams, the RSS streams you want to track. So after you set up the connectors, you set up your project, and you click on this finish, we actually start tracking with the connector the data, and we set up a new project for you. But this takes a bit time, and I'm not going to show you for this demo. So I have already set up a project for you. We can see a series of queries. Some queries I have done already and stored here. I'm going to show you to understand what is a query and what is the difference from the settings we have seen already. But let's go first ask why the service enabler is not specific to industries. So when you create your actual project, you will wonder, okay, I am focusing on, let's say, furniture industry, like this demo we have set up already. So I would like to train the system with more terms in order to have better results. So in every case, if you're not satisfied with the results you get from this service enabler, you can go and retrain the system actually. So through this screen, the training screen, you can upload the CSV in the format you can see here. So a tweet, and next you have to give actually the sentiment in order to retrain the system, the sentiment analysis. Optionally, you can download the sample of tweets, go through them, and choose what is the sentiment for every one of these tweets. We have done this process already, so I'm going to show you this file we have created for these purposes. So we have a list that actually applies to this tweet, and we choose this, we upload it, and after some time the system will have been trained in the backend. Go back on the query to understand what is the query and what is the difference to the settings we have shown already with the connectors. So if we want to create a query, actually we have already collected, we have already tracked and processed a series of data. Periodically on the backend, the connectors run, collect, and process the data you have set up initially in the project. So if you want to actually filter and focus on specific parameters, you can create a query. Actually, it's a report with specific terms. So first of all, you have to give a name to your query in order to remember it. Let's say I want to create a query for a new house. I'm going to focus on. I give some keywords like sofa, bed, chair. I can then focus on specific brands I'm interested in, and the Twitter accounts I want to follow, and then the Facebook page. We're not expected to have mass data. They are lost to Twitter, but we can still do it. And also we choose the period we want to choose only for November, from the 1st of November till today. This is a period. And also we can add more properties. So let's say I want to filter the contents I have already based on colors: red, brown, black, white, green. So I have to point out here that these additional properties are not actually propagated to the connectors. So I'm not collecting actually new tweets right now or new comments from Facebook. but just I filter and I present the results when I have ready. We're going to see how. So I actually run this query. I can see the name of the query I have created. You can see various queries I have set up previously for this demo. I have an overview with keywords and the accounts I have selected to present here. These are actually the properties that put more value to this query. The more actually properties and the more input you put, the less data you have because you focus on a specific data set. So this is the period that has created the query, and the period that starts this query from. I have selected November 1st and 26th of November, and the date that this query has been created. If you have a big list of queries, actually you can click here and filter the results, find the one you are interested in. So let's go through the new query we have created already, the new house one. So here you can see all the tweets we have collected, we have filtered actually, but we have only 148 entries here. I'm going to show you another example with more to see how it performs. So in this table, you can see that applies specific text. Here we can see the user that has created this text actually. If it comes from Twitter, you have a tag from Twitter. If it comes from Facebook, we have a relative tag. Here, as I said already, we have mainly tweets, so this is, and we have also a time label on when the tweet has been produced. We can filter for specific here. As I click, I take my list, I have the result, and also I can change if I do not agree with this positive. I can change the sentiment here, and I can click and actually this tweet is sent to the back, stores, and the system is retrained. It takes about 2 or 3, so you cannot actually see it now, but the system is retrained. And below we have a sheet for the query you have set up already. So on this diagram, we can see all the categories we have selected: brands, features, keywords, and colors we have added in the query. So if I go to colors, for example, I can see the volume of messages for different keywords, and the color implies it's positive or negative. Okay, sentiment. So this is how we distribute the colors. If we go back, we have brands. So we have messages only for IKEA because we select the period that we had no edema. Tweets, and this Twitter, the same case here. And so here for all the messages, we have a list of the positive, neutral, and negative messages. And on the last diagram here, we have a categorization of all the keywords. So we have here chair, bed, sofa, and so every term we can see here the frequency term in our data we have selected. So we have keywords, brands, features, and colors here. So if I don't want this query, I can show no more, and let's show you them to see how it performs. So if I have to get more data, it takes a bit longer. I have to query actually all the one on the back end. For example, here we have a bigger great with as I said already, change the settings you have set up with your account, but this is going to propagate. It needs to take a bit for the connectors to go back and collect again periodically new data. But actually, if you're not happy with the account, with the policy you have set up, you can change the settings. And also, you can go through the presets in order to see all the data collected without any query restrictions. So on this screen, you can see for the data we have collected and the parameters we have passed initially when we set up the project, what is the trend with IKEA, DIMA, and furniture. This is the key keywords we have set up for different keywords here like IKEA, new, bed, table, etc. Which are the most common words, which are the languages, English and Spanish. And we can see here 10 lines. For example, here is the yellow one is IKEA, the green one is furniture. So as you can see the tweets we have collected. For the demo purposes, we have run this analysis in this initial period and also lately to update this query. So this is why you see this gap, because we have stopped collecting the data for a period of time. And so, and here you have text for different what we have. You can use this screen in order to are your data about, to take ideas. This also our live data. If I see new data coming every 10 to 30 seconds, which are the properties you are interested in order to go back here and to create a new report that focuses on this specific data you are interested in. So this is the demo of Analyzer. I hope you like it. By the end of the month, we're going to actually test and fix any bug we have on this and enhance, do some user experience enhancements here. And also the project will be open source, so you can download it, extend it, build it. So it's based on libraries and frameworks. You can find documentation freely online. I'm happy to use it to have your feedback. And thank you very much, Teddy. You're going to take back the screen.
Thank you, Yusuf, for the step-by-step navigation to the functionalities of the FITMAN analyzer we have implemented. Although I think for many people the sound, I understand, was a little bit hard to understand because of some intervals, I think though that the role and the way you presented it lets us understand that we have given the potential to users to see the analytics from social and unstructured data analysis, either through structured queries, as you elaborated a lot, and through, let's say, more free text as we presented real-time results visualization that we provide and gives you all the results of the system that have been initiated. At this moment, I would like us, I need to share my screen first. Share full screen. Now you must be viewing the questions and answers slide we have here. Before we proceed to the questions, I would like to emphasize again that more information about the FITMAN analyzer and the source code and links when they become available will be found in the URL we are providing, and you may contact us at my email in case you have any questions. You may also find your safe emails and contact details in the last slide of my presentation that will be posted online. Now, regarding the questions, I would urge all of you to put your questions in the chat box you can view right here in order for us to respond. Any questions? Okay, I see that you mentioned a little bit about the language processing side. To elaborate a little bit more, right now, the language processing we are offering, let's say it's the typical procedure we are following, and it mainly concerns the English language at this point. Later on, it may include further languages, but at this stage, the focus has been on English. As explained, the steps we are utilizing for processing the results we get and the data we collect from the various social networks, the procedure we follow in order to conclude the opinion mining results are tokenization, we convert to lowercase, we filter the stop words, we generate engrams, we filter tokens, we have already removed usernames, etc. And this allows us to process the results through the SVM algorithm. This is the algorithm that we are utilizing and is also available in generally in similar tools. Did I answer? Let me see what is your question about the language processing side? Okay, thank you. Now we have another question from Oscar. Are you going to share the recording so we can revisit it afterwards? I must confess that I forgot to record the first part, my presentation. We have the recording from the live demo that Yosif provided, but in any case, we are going to try to provide a recording for the first step as well in order to have it all online. So this is our plan, to share the recording online. Okay. Then we have another question from Fran. The application seems very cool, but you provide API to do the training and choose the accounts. This API, it's internal. It is not going to be provided externally. The interface we are providing is through the user interface. We are utilizing APIs to connect, for example, with the opinion mining tool. We are utilizing RapidMiner in our case. And we are utilizing also another API to connect, which are the accounts that the user sets and are stored on the back end in order to start collecting data. But this API, right now, our plan is not to be publicly available. It is available on the back end, but the specification, the plan is not provided publicly as an API. We provide the software as a service of the user interface I demonstrated. Okay, Sam. Then we have another question from Thiago. How do you define light stemming? Just verbs, common words, adjectives. Okay, I would pass this question actually to my colleague Morphia, who dealt more with this side of more details in the algorithms. I think that it was just verbs and common words, but I would like Morphia to take the floor and respond to your question. Morphia, as well as Sotiris, Michael, you can see here they were all involved from NTUA to the specific enabler implementation. So I'm promoting Morphia to a presenter in order for her to respond to your question about the light stemming.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning from me. I'm Morphia. In the case of light stemming, we use the stemmer from RapidMiner. I'm sorry for my voice, I'm a bit sick. We use the stemmer that does not cut the words to their route, so that we can tell the difference between computer and computation. So we do the stemming, but the information about which words are adjectives and nouns or verbs is not lost in the process, because this information is also useful for sentiment analysis. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Okay, thank you, Morphia, very much for the clarification to Thiago. Do we have any other questions? Just to clarify something, as Yosif also mentioned, the plan for us is to provide this specific enabler as open source. At first release, let's say, in the end of November. However, since the functionality from the generic enabler needs to be tested, the functionality of the interaction with the generic enabler needs to be tested after we have the unstructured data analysis generic enabler at our disposal. The specific enabler will become publicly available not in the end of November, but a little bit later. I believe right now, and with the indications we have about the availability of the generic enabler, I think that this will happen within December. We will post though all the information and updates about the expected date, the exact date of release online in the catalog. But this is not, we are a little bit dependent on this from the generic enabler in order to publish our specific enabler implementation. So unless we have any other question, I would like to thank you all for your participation to this webinar, and most of all I would like to thank my colleagues that have implemented this specific enabler, and especially Yosif that presented it and navigated us on the specific enabler. Of course, Morphia that answered the question, and Michael that was in the back end together with Sotiri specifying what is going to appear there. It's been a pleasure for us working on this, and I hope you will also enjoy utilizing it. Thank you very much, and we are at your disposal in case you would like a clarification or any, let's say you have any question after this webinar and after we reflect a little bit on what has been heard here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.